The elite families who own these businesses, these corporations, who come to you like wolves in sheep's covering, because that's what they are. All of these people, they're the ones that say, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not do marvellous works in your names and expel demons and prophesy in your name? And Jesus himself said, I will say to you in that day, go away from me, you workers of lawlessness. These people are workers of lawlessness, and they're up to mischief for no good. And their biggest lie is the historical Jesus lie. It's a lie. And I'm going to produce so many references from all thousands and hundreds of great scholars that will prove it. Will prove this. This is the story. This is the whole story. This is every fairy tale. Every story comes from this. And so does the Bible story. Okay, guys, I'm going to wipe this off because I'm just going to do a big one, and we're going to really look into this to show how everything comes from this. That's the equator. Now, the Tropic of Cancer is there. The Tropic of Capricorn is there now. Okay? Here is the solstice. June the 21st, March the 21st, September the 21st, December the 21st. Now, in astrology, these are the symbols for the planets, okay? Have a look at the Earth symbol. Do you think that the ancients knew something? Have a close look at that. Yes, they did. They knew something because this is in astrology, this is the symbol for the Earth. March 21st, June 21st, September 21st, December 21st. Now, these are all the 30-degree increments of all the signs. This is the green lush part, the photosynthesis. Here is the sun going below the equator. Okay, so let's put the names of these star signs. This is astronomy. These are the 12 signs that the sun travels through every year. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Now, so what we have here is every year the sun takes off from this point in the Gospels, and that happens on the 25th of December. Remember, I showed you before that on the 1st of January we are at perihelion, and this is where Sirius is on the other side, directly opposite. Okay? Now, As the sun climbs up, the sun gets baptized in the sign of Aquarius, January. That's January. January is Janus, or John the baptizer. Because remember, the sun has to climb up and be enthroned, and then be betrayed and die again. And the Son gives his life in behalf of mankind. That's what it talks about. Jesus gives his life in behalf of mankind, because he does. He gets enthroned in the celestial kingdom, the city of David, because this is Mount Zion. And remember, King David made his house on top of Mount Zion. This is the Temple of Solomon. This is the tabernacle. And you think I'm going a little bit far with that? I'm going to read to you straight out of Josephus, guys. He's talking about the tabernacle. This is Antiquities of the Jews, Book 3, Chapter 8. And for the 12 stones, whether we understand them by the months, or whether we understand the like number of the signs of that circle which the Greeks call the zodiac, we shall not be mistaken in their meaning. So he was talking about the 12 loaves of bread on the table in the tabernacle. He was talking about the 12 stones on the ephod of the high priest, the precious stones, and he said that it's the zodiac, the wheel that the Greeks called the zodiac. This is the 12 loaves of bread, this is the 12 stones, because each one of these has a stone. My sign, Aries, has amethyst. Right? Philo. Christians don't want you to read Philo. This is the guy whose historical footprint goes over Jesus' supposed alleged historical footprint. This guy mentions nothing about Jesus. Lived at the same time. This is the richest man in the world. He was a Jew in Alexandria. He was a scholar. He wrote 30 books. These are all his books. Okay? If we go to the life of Moses, Philo Judaeus, right, says this. Tabernacle. This is Antiquities of the Jews, Book 3, Chapter 8. And for the 12 stones, whether we understand them by the months, or whether we understand the like number of the signs of that circle which the Greeks call the zodiac, we shall not be mistaken in their meaning. So he was talking about the 12 loaves of bread on the table in the tabernacle. He was talking about the 12 stones on the ephod of the high priest, the precious stones, and he said that it's the zodiac, the wheel that the Greeks called the zodiac. This is the 12 loaves of bread, this is the 12 stones, because each one of these has a stone. My sign, Aries, has amethyst. Right? Philo. Christians don't want you to read Philo. This is the guy whose historical footprint goes over Jesus' supposed alleged historical footprint. This guy mentions nothing about Jesus. Lived at the same time. This is the richest man in the world. He was a Jew in Alexandria. He was a scholar. He wrote 30 books. These are all his books. Okay? If we go to the life of Moses, Philo Judaeus, right, says this. Then the 12 stones on the breast, which are not like one another in colour, and which are divided into 4 rows of 3 stones in each. What else can they be emblems of, except of the circle of the zodiac? For that also is divided into 4 parts, each consisting of 3 animals, by which division it makes up the seasons of the year, spring, summer, autumn and winter, distinguishing the 4 changes, the 2 solstices and the 2 equinoxes, each of which has its limit of 3 signs of this zodiac, by the revolutions of the sun, according to that unchangeable and most lasting and really divine ratio which exists in numbers. So that's Philo, and that's a book called On the Life of Moses, Book 2. So clearly he's saying that what was in the temple of God, he's talking about God's, King Solomon's temple, is the zodiac. Now, Philo actually wrote quite a few books, and they were all about the allegory that's in the Bible, this story. He wrote Allegorical Interpretation Book 1, Allegorical Interpretation Book 2, Allegorical Interpretation Book 3, and many of the Christian fathers who had their books burned wrote about this allegory. But because of the ignorance of the priestcraft, and because of the ignorance of being in the Iron Age, we've fallen into believing that this was pure history. Bible myths and parallels in other religions. Here, Thomas W. Doane says, "We shall never have an ancient history worthy of the perusal of men of common sense, till we cease treating poems as history, and send back such personages as Hercules, Theseus, Bacchus, etc., to the heavens, whence their history is taken, and whence they never descended to the earth." The heroes, whether it's Jesus Christ or Bacchus or whoever it was, never did come to the earth. They are celestial. It's all celestial. Now, Aries is cardinal. Taurus is fixed. Gemini is mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Take note of the fixed signs. This is a bull. This is a lion. This is an eagle. Or a sphinx. Or a hawk. But it's a bird. It's a scorpion. It's an eagle. Or a serpent. Okay? And this is a man. Aquarius is a man. Now, how many of you have had in the Bible described, cherubim described? God has the